What are the key objectives of this EU-GCC summit, and how do they aim to basically elevate the relations between these two regions? Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning, Dan. First of all, it's good to be with you. Thank you very much for having me. So I think to understand the significance of this historic summit today, we really have to take a look back at how we got here. You know, the EU and the GCC started cooperating 35 years ago when they signed a cooperation agreement. And ever since then, the relationship really has been on a low burn. They've met, they've talked, they've squabbled. There was even an effort to agree on a free trade agreement. But it didn't come to anything because the relationship lacked a common strategic purpose, a common strategic vision. Now, this started changing 2 years ago when the EU put together a new strategic agenda, a new strategic vision for an EU-GCC strategic partnership. And this has been driving the relations ever since. Over the last 2 years, there have been a lot more dialogue, a lot more meeting, a lot more conversations. And both sides have been optimistic about the relationship. So this changed the dynamics of the relationship because now you have a political vision. Today's summit will be about getting the political buy-in to this vision. And so the summit in and of itself will be a deliverable when it comes to that. Now, on top of this, you have everything that's happening.
Yeah. Sorry, Timo, I'll just jump in. Yeah, finish your thought. Go ahead.
On top of this, we have everything that's going on in the region right now. And I think the summit will focus on sort of 4 key issues, that the leaders will discuss. First of all, you have the sort of broader geostrategic agenda. And for the EU, this is about Russia, Ukraine, to some extent China. And there, the EU leaders would like to see a little bit more support, a little bit more buy-in from the GCC on pressuring Russia about what's happening in Ukraine. And that will be a very difficult conversation. The second big issue on the agenda is really about, the region dynamics, Palestine, Lebanon, what's happening in Gaza. And there has been a lot of positive developments when it comes to that. The two sides are a lot closer together on many issues. The EU, Saudi Arabia, and Norway at Anga, they launched an alliance for a two-state solution. And there will be positive language on these issues. But in the end, the EU finds it very difficult to agree internally on how to move this forward.
Right.
Then you have
Timo, yeah. Okay, look, just one minute here. I wanted to focus in on the business angle here as well. Off the back of MBZ's visit to the United States, so much of the focus was less so on the geopolitics and more on what the business opportunity is for the region, particularly in AI. Do you see scope for collaboration when it comes to deepening, strengthening these relationships? And where can these two regions move the needle forward on AI in particular?
Absolutely. I think there's going to be a big focus on trade relations at the summit, and AI is, one of the issues that they will discuss as well. And, there's the EU recognizes that the GCC wants to be a major player when it comes to AI and the AI revolution, and would like to work with the GCC on this. At the same time, the EU wants to be the world's main regulator of AI. Earlier this year, the EU adopted an AI Act, the first act on AI regulation in the world. That's quite stringent. And so the two sides will find it difficult to come together on this because the region has more of a sandbox approach when it comes to that.